Optus suffered a nationwide outage today, shutting down mobile, landline, and internet for its 10.2 million customers and businesses and restricting access to emergency services for 9 hours. So here's how this all happened. Optus confirmed the outage started in the early hours of Wednesday at about 4 a.m. and services began to be restored to some customers at around 1 p.m. Optus CEO Kelly Bayer-Rosmarin confirmed in the afternoon that unfortunately it was a nationwide outage and said, "We are very, very sorry that this occurred. We know how important it is for all our customers to be connected, and we've been working tirelessly since the outage started to restore services for our customers." She said there was no evidence that the network was hacked, but that they still didn't know what happened. New South Wales Health and Victoria's Health Minister, Marianne Thomas, confirmed that a number of hospitals in both states had their phone lines down, and phones were also offline for Fire Rescue Victoria and MSI Australia, which is one of the country's biggest abortion providers that receives 150,000 calls annually. Throughout the outage, Optus landlines were unable to reach 000, and there were reports that Optus-linked mobiles were also unable to get through, despite the 000 line technically being able to access any network available, and Optus advising that 000 was operating normally on mobile devices. The Victorian Ambulance Union said it was incredibly concerning for patients who live alone, and Ambulance Victoria said in a statement that emergency workers were experiencing some issues with radio and transmission and phone coverage, but that it was not affecting their care and ambulances were being dispatched as normal. The outage also halted Melbourne's entire train network for an hour this morning and caused delays and cancellations for several hours during VCE exams. Optus is the country's second largest telecommunications provider, and its outage affected several mobile providers that use the Optus network, including Aussie Broadband, Amaysim, Dodo, Moose Mobile, Catch Connect, and Coles Mobile. This outage comes after Optus experienced one of Australia's largest ever data breaches last year when millions of its customers' personal information was leaked. Communications Minister Michelle Rowland said at a press conference this morning that it was vital now that Optus be transparent about the nature of the deep fault that caused today's outage. When Rowland was asked whether Optus had learned anything from the cyber attacks, she said, "I think that is a matter for Optus to answer. The most important thing here is that consumers will be making judgments about the quality of service that they receive in a competitive market." But despite the potential damage today's blackout could have caused to people's businesses and healthcare, experts say it's unlikely Optus will face any significant financial penalties for today's outage compared to the cost to society of the outage. But Rowland said small businesses should keep receipts in case they can get kickbacks from the telco.